What's the deal? It's your boy J Mike, Mr. Athletic over everything for no hobbies, only obsessions. And today I'm here with a really nice mail day. I want to get back to my roots with the card collecting and things of that nature. If you guys notice, a lot of this page has cooking, it has trading cards, starting lineups, powerlifting. It has a bunch of things. At first, I thought it would be best to separate all of my different interests, but then I realized that all of those different things make me who I am. So I'm putting all those things together, and we'll start releasing more and more content going into the new year. What I want to do today is get you guys caught up in what I've been doing in the collecting world. I spent and made a bunch of money in trading cards a little bit before the pandemic. I would say closer to around when Kobe passed away is when I really started selling off a lot of my cards. I sold way too soon, but I was able to catch on the back end because of the cards that I did keep. But I just want to show you guys my new strategy going forward and to show you guys the cards I've been picking up. I probably have about 10 or 12 mail days in the can already. I'm just going to show you guys what I picked up so far. Some of these cards are going to be repeats, and I just probably upgraded the card, or I have a master plan on going forward with some of these cards. But I'm going to break down each one of these cards and some of my philosophies and what I plan on doing next with them. Let's get you over. Let's get this started. All right. We have first off, we have a beautiful example of a O.J. Simpson 1975 tops in a PSA 8, and some might say why OJ. OJ is extremely relevant right now. He's on the hit podcast It Is What It Is with Cameron and Mace. He's showing that personality that made America fall in love with him back in the day before the Nicole Brown Simpson thing and all that stuff. But he's getting up in age. I think people are going to start realizing what he actually did on the football field. And once again, he did not go to jail for killing Nicole Brown Simpson. He went to jail for trading cards, autographs, and memorabilia. But also, another thing that I'm doing in terms of my direction in the hobby is I'm doing player runs. I'm using, like I've always have, used the new cards to get the older stuff that I wanted. And O.J. Simpson is one of the vintage star players from a certain time that his rookie card isn't so expensive that you can't afford it, so you can complete his run. It's not impossible. But that's what we got right here. We have a PSA 8, I mean not PSA, SGC 8. It's a very nice example. Super clean card. Pretty happy I got it. All right. Next up. Now, this isn't a vintage card, but this particular set, this was the flood packs that came out in 2021 with the Cade Cunningham, Josh Giddey. You had a bunch of those little rookies that was in this particular set. At one point, I was getting these flood packs for about 70 cents a pack, and I bought probably 4,000 packs of this stuff. So I have a bunch of these flood cards. I have complete sets in the yellow flood. I do plan on grading. Now, what I'm going to do is I bought this in particular to use as a comparison with the other cards to see if I can come up with cards the same quality or something that looks very similar in hopes of getting SGC 10s because the price is around where I would kind of want to spend. I don't want to spend too much and not be able to get my cards back in time. No telling when these guys might get hurt. But the Cade Cunningham is a pretty cool card and got it for a very good price. Now, next up is probably the most underrated baseball star of all time. To be perfectly honest with you, he may be a better player than Mickey Mantle, but based on the card prices, you will never know that. MVP in both leagues. The man was an absolute stud. This is his second year card. Now, with some of these vintage cards, something I didn't know until recent is that sometimes you see a card that's old and you automatically think they're extremely expensive. Something that I've learned and realized pretty rapidly is that a lot of these second year cards fall tremendously in price. And you might look at his 1957 tops, in this kind of condition would be five, six, $700, but you can get this card between $60 and $120 in a PSA 5. Now, I actually wound up buying two of these. Now, out of these two cards, this one right here has a lot of snowflaking, or it's like it has little spots on it. No, this one has the spots on it, and this is a cleaner copy. So what I'm planning on doing is putting this one up for sale and putting this one into my collection. But two pretty good examples of a PSA 5. This one here looks closer to a 6 or a 7. But this is second year card, and this is something I'm going after. Next up, another player that has a very possible and not overly expensive player run, Gale Sayers. Gale Sayers in this day and age is one of those players that when you look at the players from the 70s and the 60s, he most definitely could have been a dominant force in today's game. He was like a Barry Sanders before Barry Sanders. Very elusive. Didn't play very long. There was also a movie, Brian Song, that talked about him and a relationship with him and one of the players. But this guy was an amazing player. And better yet, if I had to put someone that was closer to comparison, would be more of a Reggie Bush, but much better. And this particular card, I also have it in different grades, but I'm trying to get the whole player run, with 5s and ups. Well, 4 and ups on the player runs, but, I did, in time, if I have the ability to upgrade the card grade or just the look of the card, I will do so. All right, next up, this is a super beautiful card and a kind of a tricky card because it's a little more expensive than you think it would be. This is the 1965 Philadelphia Paul Warfield, one of the best, end flankers of all time. I actually have this card ungraded, and when I first found out about him was when they did the NFL 100 top 100 players of all time. It either happened in 2010 or 2011, but that's what got me back into collecting because I wanted to collect the top 100 players, and he was one of those players. This time around, at that time I was just buying cards. I didn't care about condition. I didn't care about if they were graded or not. So I wanted to upgrade this particular card. My card that's raw may be in just as good a condition or a little bit better. Wound up paying a little bit more for this because I hit the wrong amount on the auction, and it got ran up a little bit. So I wound up paying a little bit over what I probably should have. But I'll be looking to sell the raw copy very soon. All right, next up we have Kevin Durant. This is his top 2006 McDonald's All-American card in a PSA 9. This is the LeBron card. This card is several $100s. I don't know the actual disconnect with Kevin Durant and the hobby or just in general, but his cards are super underpriced. I remember during the pandemic, I actually sold his Beckett 9.5 for around $300. That card now in a PSA 9, is selling for about $30 to $40 right now. So I'm buying heavy on Kevin Durant going forward. And believe it or not, if anyone can catch LeBron James, it possibly could be him for the all-time scoring lead. And he'll probably most definitely pass Jordan and Kobe on the all-time scoring list. And last but not least, if you guys follow my page, there have been many comparisons with me and Bo Jackson. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but if you followed me, you've seen me on ESPN, you see me on Bleacher Report doing 360 windmill dunks at 300 pounds, you would know where the comparison comes from. I played college baseball at Grambling State. Also hit a home run my first college at bat. But he was probably one of the most influential people that I ever looked at in the sports side of things of all time, along with Deion Sanders, Ken Griffey Jr., Jose Canseco for sure. But this right here is a excellent card. And, you find out that Bo Jackson refuses to autograph this particular card. I do believe that he has autographed them in the past, and that's something I do want to get going forward. But this is a beautiful example. Got it for a really good price, and I'll probably be upgrading this particular card at some point in time with the PSA 10. PSA 10s are a little pricey, but something that I'll probably be doing soon. All right, so this is the first of many mail days over the next couple of days that you guys will see. I got a lot of these cards for a really good price. If you guys are true collectors, this is the time to be buying. Um, you know, the market has fallen again, but just like when it fell the first time, the people who have the cards are going to be the people who make the money. I had a bunch of Kobe Bryant cards. I had a bunch of Michael Jordan cards. And when the market blew up, I was able to sell. I didn't have to grade. I didn't have to do anything. I had the cards already, and I was able to make a decent amount of money. Now, if I would have held some of those cards just a little bit longer, I would have probably made $500,000 instead of 100,000. You know what I'm saying? But I had a bunch of nice cards, and going forward, I'm gonna share with you guys how I go about cards. Also, show you guys how I kind of got back into this again, and it got jump started by two different sets. It was the flood packs with Dawn Russ and Hoops in 2021, as well as last year's Prism Monopoly set. I came up crazy good on that particular product and wound up getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of boards for free, and that has allowed me to, you know, have a little extra money in terms of being able to sell a bunch of cards to get some of the stuff that I really want. I'm going after player runs from the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. I think that's probably the best and safest way to collect in today's climate without, you know, risking too much. I'm a true collector, so if I get stuck with some of these cards, I'm not stuck with them. There's something that I would actually want. But I'm just taking you guys through my adventures in this particular. I hate to call it a hobby because it's a business. This stuff is super expensive. You know, I made a bunch of mistakes with some of the things. Like when I sold my cards, I spent a lot of that money back and bought starting lineups. I thought starting lineups were going to be the next thing to blow, but everything went to shit. So I have a bunch of starting lineups, a bunch of McFarlane toys and things of that nature. But I'm here. I'm going to show you guys how I do it and how I get down. But I want you guys also to know, last year or year before last, my rookie card came out. Now, this is a photo of my rookie card. I am a professional powerlifter. I'm one of the greatest bench pressers of all time. You know, push bench pressing almost 660 pounds, drug-free. Yes, I said drug-free. As a master lifter in his 40s. And I had an opportunity to be a part of one of the first trading card sets for powerlifters. And if you guys are interested in my trading cards, you can go to my website, athletikovereverything.com. I have it available in autographed as well as the base version of the card, along with a bunch of cool apparel, because I have an apparel company as well. I have my own signature wrist wraps, but I also have something that kind of got started with collecting a little bit. I don't have hobbies, I only have obsessions. So I have shirts, no hobbies, only obsessions. They're all on the website. If you guys order a shirt or something like that, I may throw in something extra with your order to say that you saw this video. But once again, you'll see another video probably tomorrow going over more of my pickups. Until next time, Jason Mike, no hobbies, only obsessions. Holla at your boy. Later.